Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video. 7 years of peace has passed in this what if. Goku never dies like the original, so he would never go to the other world and learn about the fusion dance or Super Saiyan 3. Now during these 7 years, Vegeta would also get his own gravity room. Now per Goku giving him one as kind of a thank you, and let alone, he knows that Vegeta can go stronger. Vegeta, now with his pride shot, but he aims to get it back. He trains to surpass Goku every single day like before. And he does also train with his daughter every now and again, her name was Bra, as well as for Goku and Bulma, they would have their second child as well, a girl, and Bulma's choice would be the name for this one, as Goku had last dibs. She would name her Bulla. Both Bulla and Bra were actually very close, similar to Trunks and Goten, and they were competitive as well. Now Bulla is just like her father Goku. She loves to train and she wants to be the strongest. She more or less has Pan's personality and mentality from GT. Now, her potential is high, as only being 7, and of course Bra being 8. Remember, both of them are 7 and 8 years old, both of them were actually able to turn Super Saiyan. These two beings are actually stronger than Goten and Trunks were at the start of the BUU saga, and the fact that both of them can turn Super Saiyan at such an early age, this is where Gohan, we're going to cut to him, has a similar lifestyle, as Gohan here has more of a balanced lifestyle. True, he loves technology, and he loves teaching and learning more. Science. Goku and Bulma would even help him learn, making Gohan even smarter than he was normally. But he also keeps in shape as he trains very hard, as well as Goku has the mentality that one day he won't be around. And Gohan knows that his father will not be around forever either, and he understands that he needs to be strong to protect the ones that he cares about. Goku has the same mentality, that in his mind, one day he won't be around and his kids need to be strong enough to protect themselves and their loved ones. Now, Gohan, now being 17 years old, he's already the master of the Super Saiyan years ago alongside his father. Both of them have actually learned to push Super Saiyan further, turning into a Super Saiyan 2. In the depths, though, there was an evil teaming up, forming between magic and technology. His name, DR.WHEELO. DR.WHEELO was secretly growing in power, and he met the evil wizard Babidi. DR.WHEELO found Babidi and they worked on a deal together. With DR.WHEELO and Babidi working together, DR.WHEELO can use his advanced tech, with Babidi can use his magic. With this said, that's a deadly combo. They both note that their main threat is actually Son Goku. Now Babidi's main thing is more universal. He wants to have BUU to destroy planets and to control him. But DR.WHEELO would get in his head and tell him that Goku's the major threat, as DR.WHEELO's been keeping tabs. His spies and robot spies, he can see that Goku is definitely the most strongest one yet. With Goku being the strongest and very intelligent, this is where they put up a master plan. Now at Capsule Corp, Goku was training per usual, and they actually kept the Dragon Balls hidden away at the Capsule Corp, but something was able to sneak in. They'll be able to steal the Dragon Balls without anyone knowing. Now, Goku notes how the majority of them are gone. Now, mind you, it's not all the Dragon Balls, as it would be foolish to keep all of them together, as someone can just make a wish instantly. But Goku has around 5 Dragon Balls in total, as the other 2 are kept away. But now Goku would then realize, well, where did they go? As hearing from the staff, Goku notes on how they're all gone, he would then use the Dragon Radar and see that they led to a far location. Goku would then fly off on his own, as he knows the World Tournament is also coming up today, but he'll hurry up and get them back and stop whoever tried stealing them. It could be a typical thief. Now he arrives in the cold snow of the Arctic, and he would then see a lab. He would then break in and defeat some little machines in his way. He would then see a large brain in a machine sitting there, as this being would then thank Goku for arriving. Goku glared, as he can sense that there's not friendly. But then, quickly, he can sense 3 other energies, but it disappeared. He would then tell him to give him back the Dragon Balls, as then in the shadows, there was 3 beings, and out of nowhere, a magic bind would then hold Goku down for a moment, as Pui Pui would then jump in, punching Goku Goku would then step back as it was sudden. He would then dodge Poopley's other attacks, as then he would then kick Poopley away, as behind him was a large beast within roar. It was Yakon, who would then grab Goku with his clawed hands, as then a demonic looking being, Dabura, would then fly in, delivering a powerful gut punch to Goku, all three of them teaming up on him. Goku out of desperation would then burst into a Super Saiyan, making them fly back. Quickly, Yakon would then absorb his Super Saiyan power just like before. Now with Goku being distracted, with Yakon attacking him, this is when Dabura would then spit on him. This would then turn Goku into stone. Now we know that Dabura, if he's killed, or Dabura can also have the ability to turn off the stone effect, from what we know. So Goku would then awaken, but he wasn't himself. Goku was then tied down. As Dabura dropped the spell on him, Goku was tied in these cables, this thing, as his ki was being sapped from his body, and it was barely keeping him enough to stay alive. But he was so weak, he had no strength to escape, as it zapped him, but it was feeding BUU's chamber. As Babidi walks in laughing, with the robot of DR.WHEELO, they explain to Goku that he fell right into their trap perfectly. They would then explain the whole evil plan that they normally do, as they're going to steal his power alongside with everyone else's to revive Majin Buu and then rule the universe together. While Goku was being tortured and trapped, everyone would have showed up for the tournament, but they are wondering where Goku went. Bulma didn't even notice him disappearing, but she maybe thinks he's off getting something and coming back. Vegeta, even by himself, would try sensing his energy, but he doesn't sense anything. He did sense a spike of power earlier, but then it quickly disappeared. Maybe he thinks that maybe Kakarot's just trying to do a business meeting or talking to one of the corporates, and he'll be arriving soon. As for now, the same events would happen. Now this time, Bra and Bola would have a battle. Now Bola, being Goku's daughter, would win. As remember, true, that Bra would be training with Vegeta. Vegeta was kind of so focused that he wouldn't train with her all the time. And Chi-Chi would also have the same mindset with Gohan, that she wants her to be like this big scholar and be all smart and stuff. So true, Bra is really powerful. He's kind of been giving like the Goten treatment, while the same thing with Bola. She trains with Goku all the time. True, she's given education, of course, but she's more like Goku, and Bulma respects and understands this. So Bola was able to train much more with her father and Gohan, and even likes a Piccolo too, as Piccolo would drop by every now and again and train with Goku. So Bola's actually very strong. She's much more stronger than Bra was, so she would have won. This would give Goku the points this time. As Gohan, by this point, has become the Great Saiyan Man, the hero that we all need, and he has met Videl. They meet the Supreme Kai and Kibito just like before. Videl was beaten badly by Spopovich like before. This would make Gohan angry, and he would turn into a Super Saiyan 2 against Kibito like before. And his energy would still be stolen this time. But the people who left this time was Gohan, Vegeta, and Piccolo, who left with the Supreme Kai to find Babidi's ship. They would then follow the energy as it would lead all the way into the Arctic. As Babidi moved BUU and his magic mystic ball there, as Babidi does have the magical ability to move things where he wants to, basically change the whole landscape around him. As we saw him do this in the World Martial Arts Tournament, he moved Goku and Vegeta to the Rocky Wasteland, so he can do this pretty easily, I believe. Though he would just move and also has more security there as well. Now, this is true in DR.WHEELO's lab. As they would arrive, Pui fights like before, and once when the Z Fighters do arrive, Pui would try to fight Vegeta, and Vegeta would easily defeat him like before. Now, once when Yakon appears, this is when Gohan would have his time to shine, and this is when Gohan would then burst into a Super Saiyan 2, destroying him. Babidi, now being scared, would then attack Vegeta and Piccolo's mind at the same time, trying to take both of them over. Vegeta was easier, and Piccolo being evil as well, this is where we're going to have a problem. But Piccolo is actually able to defeat it, as he's not going to let some little worm try to control him. He's better than that. Vegeta, on the other hand, allowed himself to be taken over. His dream is to surpass Kakarot, as he's having the same issue as he is in the original, becoming Majin Vegeta. Now, he wants to fight the first threat to his pride, and the first one is Gohan, as Vegeta thinks that if he beats his son near death, Kakarot has to show himself. And he would completely ignore Babidi's orders, as he may have his body or his mind, but he will always keep his pride. Now this is when Babidi would then bring them outside, as Gohan would battle Vegeta because he doesn't have time for this. Gohan would then burst into Super Saiyan, saying that this is not going to go well, because he sees that Vegeta's gotten even stronger, and Vegeta must have trained even harder than his father did. Vegeta would then turn Super Saiyan 2, and he would then attack Gohan, giving him everything that he has, but he was merciless. Gohan wasn't trying to hurt Vegeta, but he knew he had to end the fight quickly. This is when Gohan had enough, as Vegeta was starting to overpower him. Gohan would then transform into a Super Saiyan to the max, and he would then overpower Vegeta, and once he bursted into Super Saiyan 2, he easily outmatched Vegeta, stating that he kept training just for this reason. Guys, remember, Gohan's potential is so busted, the fact that he can train every now and again and keep his power. This version of Gohan trains under gravity with his father and Piccolo every single day. True, he might have rest days and doesn't train for a couple days to learn and study, but Gohan still keeps in very good shape. This means that his power level skyrockets faster. Once Vegeta was outmatched, Vegeta stating that he kept training for this reason. After this, this was plenty of energy for Majin Buu to be awakened. Now, Majin Buu was already awakening earlier, as stealing Goku's energy plus Gohan's was way more than they need, but they were secretly setting Buu up, as they were able to contain Buu and use magic to try and control him. Now, DR.WHEELO actually promised Babidi that what he would do is, because when they saw Fat Buu and how innocent he was, he would then tell Babidi that he has a way to separate the evil and to make Buu his pure slave, and basically to make Buu completely listen to him as he's too childish and fat. He made Babidi think that Buu was way too weak. So with Babidi helping him, they were able to contain Buu for a short while, using Goku's own power to seal him away. This is when DR.WHEELO would then switch on Babidi. Turning on him, he would then kill Babidi, and then he would use the special machine. He would absorb Majin Buu, as DR.WHEELO would then take all the power. His body would be smaller. He had the perfect body. Majin Buu was trapped with DR.WHEELO. They fused into one being. Two beings put together. WHEELO kept his mind, but now he has Buu's body, with the new tech suit that he has, becoming more of a bio-android. He would then bust out of the lab, laughing at his new power. He was now the strongest on the planet, and he will rule the whole world. But why stop there? With this power, he can rule the whole universe. There has to be more species out there. With Majin Buu, there has to be more. Now, once when they would sense DR.WHEELO's new power, Gohan would then tell him to stop, and the same little back and forth would then pursue. Gohan would still drop his guard, as Gohan does have a bad mistake like his father does. Once he was reaching for a senzu bean, Vegeta would then knock him out. Eating a senzu bean, he would then go fight DR.WHEELO. DR.WHEELO was actually happy that Vegeta was here. He can now test his new body out. Now, nearby, Deborah was also killed as well, just wanted to put that out there, by DR.WHEELO. Vegeta would then scoff, and he began fighting DR.WHEELO. DR.WHEELO would then use his new tail and grab Vegeta, tossing him back into the wall. As Vegeta would then fire a ki blast, which would actually cut DR.WHEELO's arm, DR.WHEELO would then smirk, as his arm would then show wires and mix of goo and pinkness. It would then instantly repair, and it fixes itself thanks to Buu's regenerative abilities. He would then stretch his clawed hands out and grab Vegeta's neck and easily overpowers him. Vegeta, even in Super Saiyan 2 with the Majin control, is not enough to defeat this version of DR.WHEELO. On top of that, he's learning as he's fighting too, growing even stronger. Vegeta was running out of options. He's getting nowhere. The fact that they have Buu's power, on top of the fact that Buu and DR.WHEELO is even stronger than Fat Buu was, Vegeta doesn't have a chance. But Vegeta knows what he must do. He would then sacrifice himself to end DR.WHEELO. DR.WHEELO would then actually have his arms out and actually tank the sacrificial explosion. With his clawed hands open, using all of his technology, he would actually be able to absorb the entire blast that Vegeta made in absorbing all that energy. Vegeta would die, just like before. DR.WHEELO would be in some pieces, but he would quickly recover, absorbing the majority of that power, thus making him even stronger. He would then laughing at his newfound power, as Piccolo and the Supreme Kai would then find Goku, just in time. As Piccolo can sense a fake ki, he would then fly off on his own to find Gohan knocked out. He would then help him up, as Supreme Kai left with Goku and Gohan and Piccolo. Now just throwing out here, Gohan and Piccolo would have left on their own, as remember, they were completely separated. Now Gohan and Piccolo were at Kami's lookout. They were thinking of a plan. As Goku was in the other world, the Supreme Kai helped heal him, with the Vito helping. They would then help him train under the Z-Sword, and he was able to remove it by himself, and messing around, he was quickly able to master it until he broke it, trying to break Ketchum, the strongest metal in the entire universe. Now, this is when Elder Kai would finally appear. Issue is, Elder Kai would offer to unlock his potential, but that takes over 24 hours. They don't have enough time, as Dr. WHEELO is not going to be like BUU messing around eating sweets or waiting to fight a strong fighter. He's destroying the entire planet. He has another idea. He would then offer the Potara earrings. This time, Vegeta would actually be given his body because he still sacrificed himself for a good cause. Now Goku thinks, oh that's great, I'll just go be with Gohan. But the Elder Kai would then think that Vegeta would be a better option. As true, Gohan might be stronger, but Vegeta and Goku are a perfect match. Goku would think about it, and he does think, well, what other choice do they got? But he wonders that Vegeta's gone, so how could he be here? He states that while his body is still here, I can sense it. The Supreme Kai would then bring Vegeta to the other world, and he would then bring him to the Kai's world. This is when I feel Vegeta would have the embarrassing moment with Goku, as Elder Kai would then give him a big talk. He would then tell Vegeta to change his outlook on life and to work together to let go of the pride. Goku would even say the same thing. Now, Vegeta was gruff, but he would understand. And this is when Elder Kai would then give Vegeta his life, telling him to cherish it, as he only has one more. And remember, if Vegeta dies again, he can't be wished back, and Vegeta understands this. And he promises him that he won't waste it. Actually having a tender moment for a second there, until Vegeta says to hurry the hell up, we need to hurry up and get this over with. They would then arrive back on Earth, and this is when, after having the earrings, Dr. WHEELO was battling Gohan and the others. He was annihilating everybody in his way. As he found them on Kami's lookout, Vegeta was embarrassed, but after Goku tells him the same speech like before, just not as urgent or mean, Vegeta would quickly agree. Once putting on the earrings, they would then fuse into Vegito. Now this version is stronger than the original. With both of them being stronger, Vegito in base form gives Dr. WHEELO the Buuhan treatment. Now this is when he would then summon a full power Kamehameha wave, blasting Dr. WHEELO, who reforms, but now he's deformed. BUU is not mixing well with him. They're now not mixing, as due to the damage and the fact of that Dr. WHEELO was not prepared for this, he wasn't prepared for BUU's power and magic to be messing with his technology. Magic and technology is not meant to mix, and this is a result. It's similar to how Merge Zamasu was deformed and he was growing in size and becoming more grotesque. It's a more similar thing, but even worse. It reminds you of Metacooler when he was a giant, deformed creature. Dr. WHEELO was now fully deformed. As BUU was not mixing well, they're now turning into a large deformed monster. His power level is only growing. Vegeta would then burst his aura. He would then fly in, attacking the creature, knocking it through the city. Dr. WHEELO, at a panic, would then use his technology to absorb the city's power and all the technology around it. With BUU's power, they would then grow even larger, being over 30 feet tall. Now BUU would begin corrupting Dr. WHEELO, as Dr. WHEELO was becoming more and more mindless. Vegito would then see a small pink head appear on the large body, and it was Fat BUU. Fat BUU would then say quickly to beg for help. He was forced back into WHEELO's body. Vegito understands what's happening, as remember Goku's very intelligent. He knows that since, remember before Babidi said the whole plan as well, Goku would have also sensed and saw what Dr. WHEELO did, as he can see everything that's happening. So he knows that Dr. WHEELO turned on Babidi and absorbed into BUU. He knows that BUU is not completely evil, he's being forced. This is when Vegito would then charge a powerful final fist attack, hitting Dr. WHEELO until they split apart. Their fusion runs out. Dr. WHEELO was furious, as he would then hit both of them, knocking them down, as Dr. WHEELO would then grab Vegeta, crushing him under wires, tightening them, making blood go everywhere. It would shock Goku, and then Goku would then fly in with everything that he has, bursting into a Super Saiyan, barely being able to, hitting Dr. WHEELO, who was starting to fall apart. The biofusion was failing. He was becoming just a mass and mesh of flesh and wires and pink goo, covering the whole city. Goku and Vegeta would then fly into the air, as Goku began charging a Spirit Bomb in the sky. Everyone would then give their energy. As Vegeta gave his, he had just enough energy to fire his final flash, to keep Dr. WHEELO from getting closer, but it was too late. As now that it was ready, Dr. WHEELO was now almost like a whole city, just with a large mouth and big eyes. He would then make the most inhuman noise, flying right at Goku. Goku would then throw the Spirit Bomb right at Dr. WHEELO, and it would then cause a massive explosion, destroying the entire city. Goku would then collapse, as the city was just bits of ruined pieces. They were exhausted. They did not sense Dr. WHEELO at all. And the Z Gang would then arrive, running to Goku and Vegeta. They were so happy that they were alright, as then Goku stops. Then sees a very small piece of pink goo on the floor. It would quickly start regenerating. As then, it was Fat BUU, Majin Buu, in the flesh. Not DR.WHEELO, just BUU. But Goku can sense zero evil within him. BUU would then apologize that he was forced to by DR.WHEELO to be a monster. And BUU would then explain that that bright ball of light cleansed him. So there isn't any evil within Fat BUU's soul, making him pure. Now, just to clarify this in more simple terms, when Goku threw the Spirit Bomb, BUU was actually able to regenerate and come back because there was a small piece of him remaining. But since the Spirit Bomb is pure positive energy, it actually cleansed out all the evil that was within BUU. So all of the good BUU was able to separate from DR.WHEELO and be the last piece remaining. This means that Fat BUU is pure-hearted like he originally was, but without the separation having Evil BUU and Super BUU and so on, or Kid BUU originally. But that's the whole reason. Since that the fight was done, Goku would then get up barely, but then Vegeta states that they're not done yet. What about the rematch? The rematch isn't over. He then challenges him right there, right now. Goku would laugh and state that he has no energy, but he won't turn down a fight. Both of them would then get to a stance, as it was more intense than anything else before. They would then charge in, throwing a punch, but before they could even land one and clash, Bulma and Chi-Chi arrive, hitting both of their heads and pulling their ears, stating that they're not fighting, they just fought this giant monster and almost died. And they would then yell at the both of them, making the rest laugh at the comical scene. Now, Vegeta would then scoff and cross his arms, but Goku promises Vegeta that once when they're ready, they will have their real rematch, no interruptions, no chaos. Then the rest of the Z Fighters would then fly off home, and there was 3 years of peace. Far off, the home of Lord Beerus, God of Destruction, was resting happy, until he awoke. He was trying to remember a dream he had of a Super Saiyan God, a being who can be his rival. Now, Whis notes that there was a Super Saiyan who actually defeated Lord Frieza. This would then make Whis interested. And there were other Saiyans that were alive as well. It seems they were able to survive the planet that he wanted Frieza to destroy. This would then perk Beerus' interest. Now, during this time, as he was heading right to Earth, since Goku was not at King Kai's like he was originally, everyone was at Bulma's home enjoying her 38th birthday party. Now, Goku was around and making sure it was going well, until he sensed a massive pressure. He couldn't sense its energy, and it was Beerus who arrived. Vegeta was panicking. He would then explain to Goku who he is, and Goku understands to not make him angry. He can sense how strong Beerus was. Goku was still a Saiyan in the end. It got his blood pumping. He was so wanting to fight Beerus so bad, but he had to control himself, as he knows his Saiyan instincts will kick in more than anything. Goku understands how the Saiyan genetics and how their kind of personality traits work. He studied himself and how Saiyan DNA works. With him being almost a scientist and all, he knows this. But it's really hard to control himself. It's like someone who's trying to be on a diet and not trying to eat a delicious fat cheeseburger or a big chocolate cake and not eating it for years. That's the whole issue. But Goku knows that he doesn't want to ruin Bulma's birthday party, and he doesn't want to have a massive fight that could destroy the planet. Now, this is when everything would then go smoothly. He was able to stop a lot of issues, and even when BUU and the Beerus had the pudding issue, Goku would actually move really quickly using his super speed. He would then give Beerus pudding from the nearest store. Beerus was then happy, and this is when Beerus still wants what he wants, though, as remember, Beerus still only showed up to fight the Super Saiyan God. He loved the food, he did some dancing, he had a fun time. Now, once when he was happy about the food, and after everything was finished, Whis was over there having the happiest moment of his entire existence, eating sushi and stuff. He would still show up because he still wants to fight the Super Saiyan God. He wants to fight one right now. If they do not, he will destroy the entire planet, maybe. This is when Goku, who has all the Dragon Balls this time, as they collected it back from DR.WHEELO, and the other Z Fighters had it in their past storage. They would then use it to learn from Shenron about the same Saiyan ritual. This is the same event that would happen after explaining. Goku would still be chosen like before. Now his fight with Beerus would be very intense. With Goku being so much stronger than he originally was, especially as a Super Saiyan God, they would fight all over the area. Goku and Beerus would be training blows back and forth, as Beerus was still far too strong for Goku, but Beerus was having the time of his life. Especially since the fact that he had a great food, and he had a great fight, you can definitely see the potential in Goku. This was when Goku battling Beerus all over the place, he would then start losing his Super Saiyan God power. But he still kept the fire within him, as he would then burst into a Super Saiyan, not giving up. He would then fight Beerus all the way up into outer space, trading blows back and forth. He would then give Beerus a full power Kamehameha wave, hitting him full force, but it was not enough to really damage him, and Goku would then give up. As he gave him everything that he had, he didn't have any more energy. Even using Spirit Fission, it wasn't even enough to beat Beerus, just noting by the way as well, Goku still has that. Beerus would then commend the Saiyan, saying that he has some interesting abilities. And the fact that he was very powerful already, he was able to keep the God Ki within him, is very impressive. He's a prodigy. This is when, going back down, Beerus would take some food on the way home. Goku would then offer him a deal. Goku wants to grow stronger, true, and he can learn, as true, he didn't really like being given the power of Super Saiyan God, but he didn't have a choice. But he wants to earn it on his own, and he knows that Beerus and Whis is the best way to grow into a new realm of power that he never thought was even possible. So this is when Goku would then offer a deal to Beerus. He would then state that, well, his wife Bulma is one of the richest women on the planet. He can bring him tons of Earth food whenever he wants. As remember, they have Whis' staff, they can be in contact with Bulma. Goku then states, if you're willing to train me. Beerus would then laugh and state, well, I do like the food idea, but I'm tired, but I'm not really much of a teacher. My teacher is actually right behind you, and it was Whis. Beerus would even state that he's even stronger than I am. And he would then explain to Goku about the universal thing, as this got Goku's interest so high. As Goku was so excited to learn that there were other universes, he didn't know this, he thought there was only one. There's a multiverse around there, with other beings. This really got his Saiyan blood pumping, but he was also scientifically thrilled, as he wanted to explore more. This is when Beerus would then accept his offer. Now, Vegeta would not be leaving, as Vegeta would be telling him that if you're going, I'm going, end of story. He's not being surpassed. He already just surpassed him as is. He's not going to let him grow stronger. He would then kind of barter up with Beerus, and Beerus would allow it, as he's interested to see what Prince Vegeta can do, the little prince. Vegeta and Goku would then leave on their own to go with Whis, and Beerus, they would then leave, as that same state would then happen with them beginning their training, doing the chores. It's just Goku wasn't a few months late. So Goku was actually still ahead of Vegeta currently, but Vegeta with his potential, I feel he would quickly start catching up to Goku once again, as Vegeta has a new way of training. Now after this, of course, with both of them training, this is where some things are going to go differently, as the only thing that would really change between the Frieza arc is I feel like he would still be brought back, since Dragon Balls are spread around the planet. The difference here is Goku is still stronger than Vegeta, and Vegeta is still stronger than he originally was. So if Frieza does come back to life, he would arrive the same as before in his golden state. Now, just to remind you, Gohan, Bola, Bra, Piccolo, and the others are much more stronger than they originally were, as Bra and Bola are stronger than Goten and Trunks already. The fact, though, that on top of Piccolo and Gohan being way stronger, Gohan as well also has a new power. Now, Supreme Kai would offer Gohan to train as he saw his potential. Gohan was hesitant because he found that Videl was pregnant. He would still allow it, as he would then learn how to unlock the mystic form. Now, this was a gift by the Elder Kai for defeating BUU and DR.WHEELO. This is when Goku, as sooner or later, Gohan can battle Final Form Frieza pretty well actually, but once when he turns golden, it's a different story. Once when Goku would then arrive, being able to show up quicker because the fact that Gohan did not struggle to even power up enough so Goku could sense it to use instant transmission, this is when the difference is going to occur. Frieza would not have a very good time, since even in his golden form, there is no way that Frieza would be able to defeat this version of Goku with Spirit Fission, and the fact that he's in Super Saiyan Blue and he's much more powerful than he originally was, Frieza has no chance against this version of Goku. Until Vegeta would then jump in, as he does want his turn. Now, with Vegeta still being stronger than he originally was, he would actually overpower Golden Frieza, as Golden Frieza was starting to lose stamina quickly. Now, this is when Vegeta would then get his revenge and give him the same disrespectful gut punch to Frieza that he did in the last part of the What If, for revenge. But Vegeta almost drops his guard like before. But Goku would then notice it quickly, as right before Frieza would then destroy planet Earth like before, he would then appear, grabbing his hands and throw him into the air. Vegeta would then yell at him, stating to not get in his way. He would then fire a final flash out of anger, killing Frieza, as Vegeta finally gets the W for once. Put W in the chat below for Vegeta. This is when Goku and Vegeta would continue their training under Whis' world, thus with planet Earth being safe, Gohan knows that he needs to train even harder. While True Videl is pregnant with Pan, he needs to train even harder. As remember, he does have the gravity room, so that's what he's going to really start using now a lot more to grow even stronger. Gohan will continue pushing Mystic. Now, with Goku and Vegeta training, Champa would then appear. Now, just like before, and he would challenge Beerus over the fact they were fighting over food, but Goku would quickly see when they start talking about rules and what they're going to do for Universe 6, Universe 7 over the Dragon Balls, he would then disagree, disrespecting Champa in front of everybody. He would then tell Champa that he will not be a part of the pawn, as he can easily tell that it's just a pawn in a chess game. He calls Champa out for it, and he won't be a pawn. Now, this makes Champa very upset. Beerus was going to say something, but he would stand back, as Beerus can beat up Champa if he wants to, but Goku made his choice, and he's probably going to be destroyed. Vegeta's not going to jump in either, as that's not his business, as Whis would say, "Oh my," alongside with Vados as well. Champa having a vein on his forehead, he would then fly in, grabbing Goku by the face, launching him through the ground. He would then throw Goku, stating that he needs to learn his place, and that Champa can destroy him within a single blast. Now, this is when Goku would then jump up and burst into Super Saiyan Blue. He would then battle Champa, trading blows back and forth, but he didn't really have enough of a chance, as Champa was very quickly overpowering him. The cat was way too strong. Champa would then have him by the hand and toss him to the ground. Goku would then stand up, stating he isn't done. He just got warmed up. His tail would then appear, as he keeps it wrapped under his G. As Vegeta watches, he knows that Kakarot was hiding something. He's always 3 moves ahead. Goku with smirks, as he states that he's been working on this to actually fight Beerus again. He states that a Saiyan's tail is their full potential. He can use it to master his forms and enhance them, and he wants to thank Champa for this. As other than Beerus and Whis, he wishes because he can't use these moves and abilities. This is the perfect opportunity for him to use this on someone that's so strong, and he can go all out. As this will make Vegeta yell at him, saying, "So you're saying I'm not strong enough?" Which, that was a little comical scene. This is when Goku would then take it serious. As everyone grew silent, Goku began calming. As he would begin breathing slowly, his Super Saiyan Blue aura was absorbed into his body. It would then unlock in a lighter blue. Goku then mastered Super Saiyan Blue. Now, the effects are similar to the perfected blue. If you guys remember in the manga, this is when the form, they would absorb the ki into their body, but it slowly destroys it. So it's very powerful. It's kind of like the equivalent of Kaioken or Blue Evolution in a way. So this form, Mastered Super Saiyan Blue, is similar effects to Perfected Blue. It's much stronger, and it doesn't have the effect on his stamina or body. Imagine mastering Super Saiyan, having little stamina drain, and the perfected form. Here is just Super Saiyan Blue, with the same mastered Super Saiyan power, so this increases his power by a massive boost, way more than Kaioken times 20. And he has 0 stamina and energy consumption, and his body's not being destroyed, so it's a perfected form. It's mastered. Now, with him using Spirit Fission, he would then charge in using Ki Blast, hitting Champa by surprise. As this was very one-sided still, Champa was actually still able to overpower Goku even in his new form. Now, Champa would then start to get serious. He would then fire a Hakai Ball. Goku would then yell and punch through the Hakai, which would hit Champa right in the face and actually make him bleed. Remember, Champa was very furious, as then this was when he was being so out of shape. He can't do much since his stamina is shot, as Goku would then put everything he has using Spirit Fission into a full power Kamehameha wave, hitting Champa, making a massive explosion. As Champa then laid there, his clothes torn, and he had scratches on him, and a little bit of blood. He was furious. His purple aura spiked. As he got infinitely even stronger, Goku was shocked with how strong he was gotten, as he was then shocked, but he was ready. As Champa would then completely gas himself out, start panting like crazy, bending over. It was a comical scene. Now, Vados then gave him a bucket of water as he started drinking it until he recovered. He was sweating, saying that he went easy on the sand, and he'll let him live for now. Beerus would then laugh at Champa, and they would then let it go, meaning that the Universe 6 arc would not happen. Now, Beerus does give Goku a little bit of respect. He states that he got beyond lucky. Champa was messing around with him. Until he started really powering up near the end, he was still holding back, but he gassed himself out because he's so fat. But Beerus would give a little ting of a warning that he's beyond stronger than his brother, and he doesn't have a stamina issue, so don't be cocky. Goku would then laugh and states he was happy with his progress, but one day he does want to fight Beerus at his full strength and be able to push him. It would then continue their training, as once again, in peril, the future, as future Trunks was then running for his life to escape in time and search Goku for help. And that is it for this What If, you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really do appreciate it. Also, be ready for the new membership video that's coming out as well. And if this video gets to 300 likes, I shall continue on to the next part. Let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure to put W for Vegeta in the chat. He finally gets a W for once. Let's get this video to 20,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all later.